Esther, we're getting a divorce.
What?
You went back to your mom and dad's place after getting discharged from the hospital. They have ramps and all that crap, so it's wheelchair friendly, right? There's no sense you coming back to me. I just terminated the contract on the apartment, so it ain't like there's anywhere for you to come back to anyway.
Barry, what the hell? Just slow down a minute. The only reason I came back to live with my folks is because our apartment isn't wheelchair friendly. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement. Wasn't the plan to find a new wheelchair friendly place to move in together?
Maybe it was at one point, but you know what? That sounds like a real pain in the ass.
What?
Listen, babe, I'm real grateful for you jumping in to save me like that. I would have been in major trouble if not for you. Who knows, I could have even died. It sucks that you ended up in a wheelchair after falling down the stairs. But you know what, Sugar Dumpling? That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Thing is, Sweetie Pie, all this time alone, I've been doing some thinking. The fact that your mom and dad's place is wheelchair friendly must mean you had some close friend or relative in a wheelchair living there before.
Yes, my grandma. Apparently they had some improvements made on the house to make her life there as smooth and stress-free as possible.
Basically, your family home, where they have experience looking after cripples, is a far more suitable care environment than anything I could possibly provide. Think about it. You know I'm right.
Oh my god.
As soon as I realized that, it dawned on me just how pointless our relationship is. You're dead weight, and divorce is the only answer.
How could you do this? You make it sound like you don't even care about me. I'm in a difficult enough place mentally as it is, Barry. I'm in a wheelchair for crying out loud. Did you really have to do this now of all times? Oh my god, my world is falling apart.
Oh yeah, that too!
Huh?
Ever since you got put in a wheelchair, you've been giving off this miserable, depressing aura. Like you're constantly begging for sympathy. And I gotta tell you, babe, it's been hard on me.
What the? How could you say this?
In any case, I ain't got no interest in continuing married life with a depressing, crippled loser like you. That's why we're getting a divorce. I'll mail the divorce papers to your folks' place. Make sure you get them signed and handed in ASAP. Your folks are gonna have to push you there, obviously. See ya! Hey, Esther, it's been a while.
Huh? Is that Barry?
Can you believe it's been a whole 3 years? Time sure flies when you're having fun, huh?
What do you want?
I'm messaging you because there's something I wanted to tell you.
What?
I'm getting remarried!
That's great. Congratulations.
Haha, thanks, babe.
Was that all you wanted to tell me?
Huh?
Surely it would be kinda weird if the only reason you wanted to message your ex-wife after 3 years was to tell her you're getting remarried. Surely that wasn't the only thing? To be honest, I think I forgot to block you because I was dead certain you'd never message me again. After all, why would you? I didn't see this one coming. If that was all you wanted to tell me, let's leave it there. I'd appreciate it if you didn't contact me again.
Aha! I knew it! I knew messaging you was the right thing to do.
What? Why?
It's as plain as day. You still have feelings for me, don't you, babe?
Excuse me?
You know how when you tell a kid not to push a button, they always end up pushing it? It was reverse psychology. You thought by telling me not to contact you, I'd get in touch with you again someday, and you'd have another shot at the prize. Me. I can read you like a book.
I'd appreciate it if you stopped playing games and acting so strange. We're done. Barry, and that's final. Now please, stop messaging me. Just leave me alone. You're really annoying.
One more thing. My fiancée is the daughter of the CEO of a major company. I take a huge sigh of relief every time I remember how I never would have found myself such a good woman if we didn't divorce. Whew, talking about dodging a bullet. Can you imagine me forced to be permanent live-in carer to some whiny cripple for the rest of my life? I made the right decision.
Wow.
Aha! There it is! The jealousy rears its ugly head. Ha ha ha! I guess no one can blame you. I'm a rugged, fine specimen of a man who can have any woman he wants. And you're in a wheelchair.
Is this the real reason you messaged me?
Huh?
Did you just want to mock and ridicule me for being in a wheelchair? To gloat about how much better you think you are than me? About how much better you think your life is than mine?
Ha ha! I guess it can't be helped. It is the truth after all.
I'd appreciate it if you kept your malicious, spiteful judgments about what you think my life must be like to yourself.
Aw, is someone a little mad? Does baby want her dummy?
I suggest you be careful about what you say.
What? Is that a threat? I'm quaking in my boots here, honest.
It'd be an awful shame if you said the wrong thing and forced me to take revenge on you when you least expected it.
Whatever, you jealous loser. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'll invite you to the wedding. It could be good for you. Think about it. If you see how blissfully happy me and my new wife are together with your own eyes, it might help you finally let go of your feelings for me.
Feelings for you? I honestly could not care less about you.
Great, that settles it then. I'll send the invite out to your folks' place.
I don't want one, and I'm not going. Truthfully, I'd rather stick pins in my eyes.
I know how stubborn you are, so I know you'll probably reply not attending, despite wanting to come more than anything. But I'm preparing some space for your wheelchair, so you better show up.
I said I'm not going.
Hey, Esther! I knew it! You were so adamant you weren't gonna come, but I knew it was all an act. You actually came, didn't you? Priceless! I saw a woman in a wheelchair making her way towards the wedding hall from the waiting room window. I knew it! Your feelings for me are unshakable, and you came in spite of your protest. You can't run from love, babe! Or roll in your case. Problem is, I filled the space I had ready for you, cause you sent the invite back saying you weren't attending. They don't even make movies this entertaining. Sorry, sweet cheeks, but I could hardly let you in without a confirmed invite. My hands were tied. I knew I did the right thing by warning my buddy on reception. I said, hey, Timmy, if some bimbo in a wheelchair shows up, you make sure you turn her away immediately. You got that, Mal? Why? Because she's my ex-wife. He messaged me just now saying he sent you packing the moment you showed up. He said the look in your face was priceless. Enjoy the journey home. I hope you brought someone to push you.
Barry, I'm sorry, but I'm completely lost. What are you talking about?
Cripple, go home! Go home, go home, go home! Cripple, go home! Go home, go home, go home! G-O-H-O-M-E!
But I never came in the first place?
Huh?
As you well know, I sent the invite back with the not attending box very clearly ticked. As I told you before, I had no intention of going, and I didn't. So what the hell are you talking about?
Huh? But in that case, who was the one I saw from the waiting room window?
Obviously, it wasn't me.
Wait, what? Seriously? How in the heck of the baby Lord Jesus' name was I supposed to know, you stinky bimbo?
Wow, where did that come from all of a sudden?
The woman in the wheelchair I kicked out of the wedding after mistaking her for you yesterday was actually my wife's childhood friend. My wife flipped out at me big time for giving her the boot. Apparently they were real close, like sisters. I've never seen her this mad. She's threatening to divorce me, you goddamn evil witch! This is all your fault for being in that godforsaken wheelchair! How dare you!
This is my fault? Amazing! You literally have zero ability to self-reflect, do you? So this must mean your wife's childhood friend was one of the invites she sent out. Which also means the necessary arrangements to accommodate a guest in a wheelchair would have been taken by the organizers of the ceremony. Surely there's no way the groom wouldn't have been made aware of something like this at his own wedding. Or maybe you were, and you just weren't listening. Which was it?
Well,
Or maybe you were listening, but you forgot?
Actually,
If by any chance were you leaving all of the wedding arrangements to your wife, you were taking on your fair share of the responsibility, weren't you, Barry?
well,
Let's face it, you always were the kind of guy to come up with nonsensical excuses every time you deemed something to be a pain in the ass. Even if the thing you were escaping from was very clearly something you should have been taking responsibility for. That's always the kind of guy you were, wasn't it, Barry?
The heck are you talking about? You make me sick, woman. Look at you! So what? So I made one teensy-weensy, teeny-weeny little mistake. I'm human, aren't I? Get off your high horse, you self-racist witch! This just proves you still have feelings for me! It gets more obvious with each message.
Keep dreaming.
Maybe try learning to walk again, cripple. Who knows? You might even be able to get remarried like me.
Huh? Oh, right. I see. You don't know anything about my situation these days, do you?
What else is there to know? You're a friendless, single, shut-in hermit cripple who lives with her elderly parents and relies on them 24/7 to care for her. I don't need to ask to know that.
I gave the rehab everything I had after the divorce and made huge improvements. Doctors tell me I'm well and truly on the road to recovery.
Huh?
They also tell me that if I carry on working hard, there's a good chance I'll be able to walk normally again one day, as if the accident never happened.
Wait, what? Seriously?
This isn't exactly new though, is it? They've been saying this since the beginning.
What? They have?
Looks like my suspicions were right. You divorced me without even properly listening to what the doctors had to say, didn't you?
I did? Oh man.
Oh, by the way, your new wife asked me to pass on this message.
Huh?
You're despicable. I want a divorce. Now.
Wait, what? What? What the heck? How is she speaking to you?
She just showed up at my house because she wanted to ask me some questions.
Uh-oh.
She was pretty curious about the background behind her divorce, and of course, I, being super friendly and sociable, told her everything. She was absolutely furious about how you treated her childhood friend yesterday. She said she suddenly felt like she no longer knew you. She's on her way to you with the divorce papers now. Apparently, she never wants to see you again after you sign them.
Sup, honey cheeks? I catch you waiting a long time, huh? You could finally remarry me now!
Excuse me?
Don't worry. It won't count as cheating or infidelity or anything like that. I'm newly divorced now, so there's nothing stopping us. I'm single and ready to mingle.
There's nothing stopping us from doing what exactly?
I might be a two-time divorcee, but I'm pretty sure that technically goes back down to one with me and you getting remarried. What's more, now that I know you're not going to be a wheelchair anymore, it'll be just like before. You'll be a normal person again. However, there is just one small condition. My bitch ex-wife is demanding ungodly amounts of compensation and saying I owe her all the money she put into planning the wedding. The total comes to just shy of 40K. As long as you pay off that for me, you can have me back. Your family are filthy rich, so it shouldn't be a problem, right? Just give old Pops a call and this'll be settled in a jiffy. I'll be heading over to your folks' place tomorrow, so make sure you have the marriage registration stuff dealt with before I arrive, okay, sweet cheeks?
Would you mind slowing down for a sec? There's something you should know.
What is it?
I already got remarried.
Huh?
I fell in love with the physio who oversaw my rehab at the hospital. He's such an amazing man. He was there for me when I was at my lowest, when my head was all over the place after being so cruelly and heartlessly tossed aside, like some piece of trash when you realize I was in a wheelchair.
You married the physio? Oh, this is the first I've heard of it!
Is there a reason I need to give detailed reports on my private life to my ex-husband?
But I gave you reports on my private life!
I don't remember there being any kind of rule saying I have to do that.
Wait, does this mean you won't marry me? Ugh! It's gonna be a lot harder trying to find a new wife as a two-time divorcee, you know! Have you even thought about how this is gonna affect me?
I'm praying that one day you'll have an epiphany and realize that this was entirely your fault. But something tells me I'll be praying for a long time.
What?
It'd be a miracle if you found an oddball crazy enough to marry a cruel, selfish, heartless, mean-spirited, good-for-nothing loser like you.
What? That's just uncalled for!
Never contact me again. Goodbye. Later on, I found out the real reason my ex-husband went out of his way to tell me he was getting remarried was that, apparently, at the time of the divorce, his friends and family found out he was ending things because the thought of caring for his then-crippled wife was too much for a nuisance. Unable to cope with his newfound reputation as a total scumbag, he hatched a plan to heal his damaged reputation. The idea was to goad me into causing a scene at his wedding by provoking me into a jealous rage so he could paint me as some kind of deranged psycho whom he had no choice but to divorce. I really am tired of him. Talk about dodging a bullet. Amazingly, his parents were nothing like him, and me and them had always gotten along, so a few days later, I decided to tell them everything. They immediately hung their heads in shame and apologized profusely. His mom said, as if the shenanigans at the wedding weren't bad enough, "My goodness, Esther, we're so sorry." They vowed to keep a watchful eye on him to ensure he could never hurt anyone again. Last I heard, he was being forced to work to exhaustion to pay off his debts by his ex-military dad.
Hello? Is this the right line account for Clara Hartford?
Yes, can I help you?
Nice to meet you. My name's Judy. I've heard so much about you from Sam. You're Sam's wife, right?
Yes, Sam is my husband. But who are you? Are you one of Sam's employees?
Employee? LMAO, no. I'm his girlfriend.
His girlfriend? You know you're dealing with a married man, don't you? What you are is typically called a mistress, not a girlfriend.
Lol, you've got it all wrong. I'm not Sam's mistress. I'm his true love.
I see. So, what can I do for you, Miss Sam's true love?
Lol, isn't it obvious? I want you to break up with him. Give him a divorce, okay? You're just getting in our way.
Excuse me? How am I getting in your way?
Duh. I can't marry Sam until you divorce him, you dried-up old hag. You're getting in the way of our love. Get it now? LOL.
Yes, it's all very clear now.
Oh, and by the way, I'm pregnant, and Sam's the father.
Is that so?
I'm in my 6th month. You wouldn't want this baby to grow up in a fatherless home, would you? Wouldn't that be sad? So hurry up and give him a divorce, lol. A rich and powerful CEO like Sam deserves a young and beautiful wife like me. Not an old hag like you.
All right, I've heard your piece. If you're really pregnant, I suppose there's only one thing to do. I'll go and have a talk with Sam. Could you wait for just a moment?
Sure, whatever. But be quick, okay?
Sam, I just got a message from a girl named Judy. She says she's pregnant with your baby.
Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, boy.
I saw her profile picture. She seems quite young. How old is she, Sam?
23, I think.
She's more than 20 years younger than you? You're old enough to be her father. Aren't you a lucky man? I believe I remember you telling me you'd never do this again.
Well, you see, it's like this.
I told you, didn't I? If you ever cheated on me again, we'd be through.
Hey, wait, Clara. I'm really sorry. I mean it this time. Please don't do this.
Oh, yes, you're in quite a predicament, aren't you? If the CEO of a company were having an affair with a girl 20 years his junior, that might harm the company's image, wouldn't it? I think the board of directors might like to hear more about this.
No, wait, please. Clara, listen. I totally get it, you're right. But please don't divorce me.
What are you planning to do about that girl, Sam? She's already 6 months pregnant. The baby will be born soon.
Yeah, about that. I was thinking I could pay her child support and make her sign an NDA. That'd solve all her problems, wouldn't it?
That wouldn't solve anything. Ugh, I'm getting tired. She's pregnant, Sam. You need to take responsibility. Divorce me and marry her.
No, Clara, please!
However, I can make this a clean and easy divorce with just one condition.
You can?
The main issue is your affair being uncovered, isn't it? I'll come up with a good reason to have an amicable divorce. All you need to do is marry Judy before the child is born. I won't ask for any punitive damages or alimony. Just give me my share of our assets.
Are you sure? Is that really all you want? What's in it for you?
What's in it for me? Getting rid of my lying, cheating husband, for starters. I don't feel like dealing with any more messages from your mistress. Our kids are all already adults, so there's really nothing keeping us together at all now. We'll each take what's ours and part ways.
Really? You're okay with that? Oh, wait, what's the one condition? What do you want me to do?
The one condition is this. Don't have any contact with your mistress until the divorce is finalized.
That's really all you want from me?
If you want to hide your affair, it's best to leave as little evidence as possible, right? You can do what you wish with her after the divorce. So, what do you say? Do you agree to my terms?
Yes, of course! Anything to keep my affair from getting out. Clara, I'm really sorry about everything. I hurt you a lot, I know, but... Hey, you're free now, so go and be happy without me.
Yes, indeed. Free as a bird. I'll contact my lawyer and have him draw up the divorce papers. I'll send them to you after I sign them.
Got it!
Hello, Judy.
Ugh, finally. What took you so long? So when are you getting divorced?
Let me ask you something first. Do you understand that what you were participating in was adultery? You were in a romantic relationship with a married man.
Of course I know that, but can you really blame me? I just happened to fall in love with someone married to someone else.
That's not the issue. Your adultery has led to me divorcing my husband. You're going to take responsibility for your part.
What do you mean? Do you want money or something?
You're a clever little thing, aren't you? You're aware that legally I'm entitled to receive damages from you. I want you to pay for what you've done.
Oh, okay. Well, how about 60,000?
60,000? My, that is a big number.
I have no idea how much people typically pay. But considering your situation, with you being a dried-up old hag about to get thrown away by her husband, I figured it's the least I could do for you, LMAO. Sure, I'll pay you 60,000. So divorce him already, okay?
My, oh my, aren't you a generous little girl? I want to get this over with as soon as possible, too, but are you sure you can pay $60,000?
Yeah, no problem. Sam's a CEO, isn't he? What's 60,000 to a guy like him? He loves me enough to pay 60,000 for me.
How lovely. Well, if that's what you're willing to pay, I'll accept your offer. You'll pay it in a lump sum, won't you? I'd rather not have the payments drag out over several years.
Yeah, that would suck. After we get married, I never want you to contact us again.
All right, then it's settled. A lump sum payment of $60,000. I'll have my lawyer draw up an agreement. Send it back as soon as you sign it. Once I get that, I'll divorce him right away.
Fine, I'll sign it as soon as I can. So hurry up and divorce him.
My pleasure. The agreement came in the mail yesterday, so I just went to the courthouse to finalize the divorce. As of today, we are officially no longer married.
Yes! It's about time. Now I can live with my rich husband in his huge mansion.
Congratulations. I wish you both the best.
Thanks a bunch. But like, what are you gonna do now? Now you're just an old woman who got thrown away by her husband. You better make that 60,000 last.
Oh, speaking of which, I had a question for you. Do you mind?
Another question? Sure, fine. You must be so lonely, getting divorced at your age, LMAO. So ask away, lonely old lady.
How nice of you to spare some time for me. I'd like to ask you, how are you planning to pay the 60,000? You said you were planning on getting Sam to pay it for you, but he's penniless.
What?
Sam doesn't have any savings or even any possessions of much value. And you don't seem rich. So I was wondering how you were going to pay.
What? Lol, what are you talking about? He's got that huge house and that awesome sports car. If he's in trouble, he can just sell one.
Both the house and the car are mine, though. They're not Sam's. So I wouldn't appreciate him trying to sell them.
Huh?
He's cheated on me 4 times before now. And every time he's transferred more property into my name.
What? He's had 4 affairs?
Oh, didn't he tell you? Well, I don't suppose he would he? You know how you messaged me gloating about your affair with my husband? That's actually the 5th time this has happened.
No way, you're lying. He said I was the only one.
I've threatened the other girls with lawsuits to make them break up. Or just told them about how he has no money, so they lose interest. And sometimes they just come to their senses when they think about how old he is. I mean, seriously? A girl in her 20s getting hit with a 5-figure lawsuit? And all she gets out of it is a 50-ish guy with no money? It's really not worth it when you think about it.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean he has no money?
I told you, you're his 5th mistress. Every time he cheated, he transferred some of his assets to me. The first time, he gave me his savings from when he was single. The second was all his gold and other valuables. The third time, it was his car and our savings since we've been married. And the fourth time, he put the house in my name. But he's still on the hook for all the loans. So, since we're divorced, what's he got left? His salary, minus the car and home loan payments. He's terrible with money, too. So he doesn't even have much in personal savings.
No, that can't be true.
It is. The savings he gave me for his third mistress was all money I took out of his pay. He hasn't saved a dime on his own since that. The only reason we weren't out on the streets was because I handled his money for him.
Wait, then how am I gonna pay $60,000? I was gonna have Sam pay for it!
Yes, that's what I was trying to ask you earlier. Oh, and I won't let you split it up into monthly payment, so don't bother asking. You might just have to take out a loan. I honestly don't see how it's worth it to you. $60,000 for a guy who'll be a senior citizen when you're just turning 40? Your kid will be graduating high school and he'll be in a nursing home.
Okay, you know what? I've changed my mind. You can have him.
Sorry, I have a strict no returns policy. I expect the $60,000 to be wired by no later than this weekend. Good luck!
Hey, Clara! Why did you say to Judy? She's been messaging me for about an hour about the money.
Oh, she must mean the settlement for your affair. She said she'd pay me $60,000. I guess she was planning on you paying it for her. So I told you that you didn't have any assets. That's all.
You what? Wait, what do you mean I don't have any assets?
Oh, not you two. Come on. You gave them all to me as payment for your previous affairs, remember? Sure, I've let you keep using the car and living in this house. But they're mine, not yours.
Oh.
Oh, good grief. How did I put up with you for so long? Do you know the reason why I agreed to divorce you with just a division of assets? It's because you have nothing left for me to take from you.
Hey, listen, Clara, I've been thinking. Can we talk this over one more time?
I have nothing to discuss with you anymore. Our divorce is finalized. You're nothing to me anymore. Shouldn't you be going to get married to Judy right now?
Clara, come on! $60,000? That's ridiculous!
She said she'd pay it. Signed an agreement and everything.
Why is this happening to me?
I think you know why. Anyway, I'll leave you to figure out how to come up with the $60,000. I need to get ready for the big move. Our daughter and her husband said that I could come and live with them in France. So I decided to sell the house and car and move with them.
Huh? France? Wait, her husband? When did she get married?
Oh, yes, you didn't know, did you? She was studying in France around the time of your second affair. When the time came for the wedding, she explicitly refused to invite you. I believe her words were, "That man isn't my father." Oh, and your son is about to have a baby. But you didn't know that either, did you?
Nope.
You only have yourself to blame. Well, hopefully you do better with your child with Judy. Good luck and goodbye. Sam sent me messages periodically after that saying he wants to talk, but I ignored them all and eventually blocked his number. I sold the house and the car right away and stayed at a hotel for a while so I wouldn't have to see him. Sam and Judy had a huge fight over the $60,000 payment to me. Sam said he didn't want to pay it and tried to call off the wedding. So Judy stormed into his company office and exposed their affair. He lost the trust of his employees and even a few large clients. He would have been better off just paying the $60,000. The baby's about to be born. I wonder how they're going to get through this. Not that it's my concern anymore. Once I got my affairs in order, I headed over to France and started my new life with my daughter's family. It's difficult starting over in a foreign country, but I'm enjoying every day. I'm not hurting for money, so I think I'll treat myself to a nice dinner. 5 or 6 days a week.